Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before the presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Sofi Ridwan, reg number 1802020116. I'm students of English department from IAIN PALOPO. Okay, now I will presenting about research design, kind of test and test specification, and start from what is experimental research. Experimental research is scientifically driven quantitative research involving two sets of variables. The first set of variables, known as the independent variables, are manipulated by the researcher in order to determine the impact on the second set of variables to the dependent variables. Procedure of experimental research. The experimental design is a set of procedures that are designed to test a hypothesis. The process has 5 steps: define variables, formulate a hypothesis, design an experiment, assign subjects, and measure the dependent variables. Next, what is research and development, or R&D? Research and development is the series of activities that companies undertake to innovate. R&D is often the first stage in the development process that results in market research, product development, and product testing. And procedure of research and development. The research method used research and development has 7 stages. First, the potential and problem analysis stage. Second, the data collection stage. Third, the product design stage. Fourth, the product validation stage. Fifth, the product revision stage. Sixth, product trial phase. And the last is data analysis and reporting stage. Next, what is a classroom action research? Classroom action research, or CER, is a reflective process in which instructors gather empirical data to improve their teaching practice. And procedure of classroom action research. Classroom action research is a research consisting of 4 steps, namely planning, action, observation, and reflection. As the name indicates, classroom action research requires the researcher to write the reports of the research. And now we move to example of test. First is example of listening test. Before the questions, please listen the audio.
To a high school principal talking to the school's students.
I have a very special announcement to make. This year, not just 1, but 3 of our students will be receiving national awards for their academic achievements. Krista Connor, Martin Chan, and Shreya Patel have all been chosen for their hard work and consistently high marks. It is very unusual for one school to have so many students receive this award in a single year.
What is the subject of the announcement?
Example of listening test. 1. What is the subject of the announcement? A. The school will be adding new classes. B. 3 new teachers will be working at the school. C. Some students have received an award. And D. The school is getting its own newspaper. Next is example of speaking test. Teacher, what's your favorite sport? Student 1. Basketball. Teachers, what's your favorite sport? Student 2. That's an interesting question. When I was younger, my favorite sport was swimming, but now I prefer basketball. The next is example of a reading test. The life and work of Marie Curie. Marie Curie is probably the most famous woman scientist who has ever lived. Born Maria Sklodowska in Poland in 1867. She is famous for her work on radioactivity and was twice a winner of the Nobel Prize. With her husband Pierre Curie and Henry Becquerel, she was awarded the 1903 Nobel Prize for Physics and was the sole winner of the 1911 Nobel Prize for Chemistry. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. From childhood, Marie was remarkable for her prodigious memory, and at the age of 16 won a gold medal on completion of her secondary education. Because her father lost his saving through bad investment, she then had to take work as a teacher. From her earnings, she was able to finance her sister Bronia's medical studies in Paris. On their understanding, the Bronia would in turn later help her to get an education. In 1891, this promise was fulfilled, and Marie went to Paris and began to study at the Sorbonne, the University of Paris. She often worked far into the night and lived on little more than bread and butter and tea. She came first in the examination in the physical science in 1893, and in 1894 was placed second in the examination in mathematical science. It was not until the spring of that year that she was introduced to Pierre Curie. And for example of reading test, question 1 until 3. Do the following statements agree with the information given in a reading passage? In box 1 until 3 on your answer sheet, write true if the statement agrees with the information, false if the statement contradicts the information not given, if there is no information on this. 1. Marie Curie's husband was a joint winner of both Marie's Nobel Prize. 2. Marie became interested in science when she was a child. 3. Marie was able to attend the Sorbonne because of her sister's financial contribution. The next one is example of writing test. Writing text. You should spend about 40 minutes on this text. Write about the following topic. Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. Children who are brought up in families that do not have large amounts of money are better prepared to deal with the problems of adult life than children brought up by wealthy parents. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? And the last material is the specification of the test in taxonomy Bloom. In classify text based on taxonomy Bloom, it can be divided into several parts. Those are, and first is remembering. In remembering, recall specific facts. Second is understanding. In understanding, grasp meaning of materials. Third, applying. In applying, use information in a new situation. Next, analyzing. In analyzing, identify schemas or relationships. And the next, evaluating. In evaluating, use information to make judgments. And the last is creating. In creating, create or develop something new. Okay, that's all my presentation. Thank you for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.